shut off spice.
Oh yeah. The planet Arrakis, known as Dune.
Worm hype, worm hype, worm hype. It's worm hype time, everybody. It is I, Chris Apollonides, and I just watched Dune Prophecy, the TV show from HBO. And I'm a huge Dune fan. I mean, come on, you guys. You see this? You see these Polar tradies? Love my boy. And the books. Oh, I love these books. And to be honest, the first Dune book, that's my favorite book of all time. I love Dune. I love the movies. I love the games. My first introduction to the Dune universe.
The Duniverse.
Was actually Dune 2000 from Westwood Studios. What a game.
Building. Construction complete.
I even have a huge tattoo piece on my chest of the sandworms, but I'm not going to show that. Too much food during the holidays.
Mission aborted.
But let's talk about the show. I want to talk about this show because I actually liked it. I'm quite critical when it comes to TV shows because, you know, time is precious, and do you really want to waste time watching a bunch of episodes? It's always an important question for me.
Ready.
So let's start by ranking the categories, ranging from 1 to 5. And because this is a TV show, I'm also going to rate each episode separately. And this is important because we will get the average quality of the episodes.
Yes, sir.
Alright, but starting with the visuals. The team behind Dune Prophecy has worked together with the people from the Dune movies. This way, the TV show kind of matches the tone and style of the movies. And this is a good thing. It does create this sense of connectivity and that this is perhaps in the same universe.
Strength in numbers.
Of course, this is a prequel, 10,000 years before the movie, so it's a bit weird that everything looks so similar, but I didn't really mind the familiar feel. I think the visuals are fucking amazing. I'm just gonna say it, I'm just gonna go with 5. It looks really cool. It looks really cool, like costumes, the outfits, the lighting. I love the lighting. Although, to be fair, most of the show happens in 2 tones. There is the dark blue-green of the Sisterhood, and then we got the golden black from the Empire's capital. So there's not a lot of color, but the color they have, it looks beautiful. Thanks to the shadows and the lighting. There are a lot of establishing shots and just overhead views of the beautiful futuristic cities, buildings which remind old age castles, but yet futuristic. I really like the style, and I think they did a terrific job. The sound.
Cover your ears.
The sound was actually really good too. It does have that ominous, weird sound effects, which are kind of like buzzing and which are kind of cool and which you expect from a Dune universe. The voice that the Sisters of the Bene Gesserit use is a bit screeching. I wasn't a huge fan. I think it's better in the movies, but it does its job. It's creepy enough, and as it should be. So the sound,
Yes, sir.
I think it's entertaining. Yeah, it's a 4 for me. The music. I think the music could have been better. Of course, if you're gonna compare it to the score from the movies by Hans Zimmer, then it's a tough battle. You can't really top that. The music here in the show is good. I think it's satisfying. I especially liked the main theme. I think it's a beautiful song. But outside of that, it's not that remarkable. So I think a satisfying 3 is good enough. The acting. The thing with the acting is that I didn't mind anyone. All the characters, even if they are minor and they're not really likable, they did their job and it all melds together nicely. There's nothing terrible, everybody does a good job, but is there anything exceptional? Yes, there is one man by the name of Travis Fimmel who plays Desmond Hart. I was so happy to see my dude again. I mean, for me, he's always going to be Ragnar Lothbrok from the Vikings. And, you know, to be honest, he kind of plays the same dude in Dune Prophecy as well. It's not that different. He's kind of this weird, mysterious, you never know what he's really thinking kind of dude. So you could definitely make a point that he's too much like Lothbrok, and it's not really unique enough. But I don't care, man. Like, I love when he's on the screen. He's just so captivating, and the way he acts with his eyes, oh, there's just something deep beneath that. And it fits the character perfectly, which is all about like this mystery and this darker side and darker past behind his eyes. So I think Travis just elevates the acting on its own. But also Valja Hakkonen does a pretty good job as well. She can be ruthless, yet you don't really hate her for it. So I'm gonna go with a 4. It is definitely entertaining. The story?
We have seen it.
As you know, this show used to be called Dune Sisterhood. And it makes sense. The show is mainly about the Bene Gesserit sisters. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because nowadays we see a lot of movies and TV shows where they are pushing the female characters. Like there are characters who were supposed to be male, but their gender has been switched to add more female characters. I mean, we even saw that in the first Dune movie with the character of Kynes. And oftentimes it feels forced and unnecessary. So I was a bit worried that maybe focusing just on the sisters is gonna make it feel, I don't know, woke or too feminist.
Cancel.
But no, I did not have any issues with that. This show, The Prophecy, it doesn't really pander. It has a multitude of characters and they are all just doing their thing. I didn't feel that anything was forced. It's actually the opposite. This show gave me confirmation. As long as the character is engaging and the story is interesting, then the gender doesn't really matter for me. So yeah, the story is good and engaging. It does falter in the end. It's not as rewarding as I would have liked it to be, but it's still a good story, and especially because it's only 6 episodes. And for me, 8 episodes is even too little. So 6, I was really worried, but they managed to use that time efficiently, and I think the story, it is entertaining, for sure. And the fun aspect, well, as you can already understand from the way I'm speaking about this show and how excited I actually am to be able to see a Dune show in such good quality, I have to go with 5. Boom. 83%. This is a good score. This is a really good score on the Sunshine. I'm happy with this. I'm happy because we got to see more of Dune. And I can't say no to that, especially if it's done well. I can't complain about that.
Worm sign.
Worm hype. Okay, let's take a look at the episodes. But before that, a shot of spice.
Oh yeah. The planet Arrakis, known as Dune. Man sang the home of the spice.
Sweet melange. So how do I rate the episodes? I rate the episodes from 1 to 10. So these are my scores right here, boom. And as you can see, the average is 8.8 for the show.
Yes, sir.
This is a really good score. This is basically, 88%, which is even better than the Sunshine score. And you can see it had a good start, a strong start, and it continued that up until episode 4, which was amazing. I just loved episode 4. But unfortunately, this was actually the peak, because episode 5 was still good, but episode 6, the finale, the thing that has to really land hard, was a bit weaker. It was a long episode, which I liked. I almost felt like I was watching a movie, which is a good thing. But the reveal at the end was not big enough, and it left too many loose ends, so that you didn't really feel that satisfaction that you want to have at the end of the show. But the good news is that season 2 is confirmed.
Worm hype.
So I'm happy about that. All in all, this is a really good show. If you're a Dune fan, you want to watch this. This is good stuff. It has that spice that you're longing for. If you're a Game of Thrones fan, this is actually kind of good too. It does tap into those areas and those vibes of that show. But I gotta say, it's not really sci-fi. Like for me, Dune has never been a science fiction product. It's kind of the same with Star Wars. These are fantasy stories that just happen to be in space. So if you're into that, go check it out. It's only 6 episodes. Time is precious, but I think this one is worth the time.
Worm hype.
Worm sign. Worm attack. T-1.
Worm sign. Worm attack.
Worm sign. Worm attack.
Worm sign. Worm attack.
Yes, Commander.
Enemy units approaching.
Occupying the area, sir. Weapons at the ready.
Yes, sir.
Guarding.
Chaos unfolds.
Building lost.
None shall stand.
Yes, sir.
Our base is under attack.
Our base is under attack.
Our base is under attack.
Silos needed. Insufficient funds.